start of a new month comes new planning of goals, of things to do throughout the month, of new errands, activities. And so in this video I just wanted to share all the materials and stationaries that I use, share the process that I embark on to just like have a clear to-do list every day, every week, to like have an overview of the month so I don't miss any important dates or deadlines, and plan my content calendar as a creator. So if you're interested in how I plan my months, then keep on watching this video. The first item that I want to share is these pastel colored ink gel pens. And I got these from Amazon. I will have the links of like everything that I mentioned in this video on the description box below, so you guys can shop there, specifically all the products that I use. The first thing that I do when it comes to like planning my life, planning my months, is go over the Artist of Life workbook. And I actually filmed like a Hello 2022 like I'm back video on YouTube where I go more in depth into how I plan for the new year using this workbook. So I'm going to be linking that video on the cards above as well as on the description box below, so you guys can see like a little overview of what this book entails and contains. Just like go over this Artist of Life workbook and just like take like a little notepad that I have, and I just like write down all the things that stand out to me of like goals that I have for the year that I may have forgotten or that I don't want to forget, and just like stuff that I want to carry throughout the month that I'm planning for. So that's what I do. And then I go ahead and with that notepad just fill in all of the blank spaces that the Artist of Life workbook has for me to fill out. And I just like do the habit tracker. I write down my main goals for the month. I write down my mini goals for the month. So now that we have filled out the Artist of Life workbook, I'm actually going to dive into something new. Well, not new. I've used it for a couple of months and then I stopped, and now I'm back at it again. But I actually saw Alison Bickerstaff's like Plan With Me video, and she used this monthly list. And I decided to like go for it and buy it a couple of months ago. Actually, I think like last year, I believe. And so what we're going to do is we're going to fill out this monthly list planner. Okay, so we're going to circle the month here. This month is May, so we're just going to circle that we are in May. And then we are just going to jump in to enumerate like all of these like boxes, starting with Monday. And today is the 2nd, so let's just fill out in order all the dates till we reach the 31st of the month. So something really cool about this monthly list is that you have like these boxes here. Each is like an intention for the month, and it's really nice to just like fill it in. Like, what's your intention for self-care, your intention for like, your career, your social intention, your love intention, spirit intention, nutrition intention, exercise intention, and giving back intention. There's also a little to-do section as well as a notes section so you can write down. I don't think that I'm going to be filling them out just because like I already have like so many just like materials that I use to plan. I may just feel like a little bit like overwhelmed if I see like so many goals and intentions and to-do items for the month in like different places. So I would prefer to just have them in just like a single place, like the Artist of Life workbook and on my weekly planner, and just like using this monthly list as a monthly calendar. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. The next step that I actually do is grab my phone and open up the Google Calendar. In my Google Calendar, I just like have literally everything to like remember throughout the month. Because it connects to like all of my devices, like I can access it whenever I have my phone or my laptop or my iPad, instead of just like carrying like this monthly list like everywhere I go. Or take a look at my Google Calendar right now and like write down all of the important events or holidays that I already have in my May Google Calendar, and I'm just going to transfer that information into my monthly list. So whenever I don't have like my phone, or I'm just like paper Fabiola instead of like digital Fabiola, I don't have to like grab my phone and open my Google Calendar to check anything. I can just like have it all on my desk. So let's just transfer all of that information from the digital world to the paper world. I also have these cute stickers that I'm going to start using now that I am gonna be using the monthly like list planner, and they're just so cute. You can have stickers for when you need to get your nails done, or you have like a doctor's appointment, or you have a payday. There's literally so many stickers that you can use to like plan your life. So let's open up the Google Calendar and see what we have already for the month of May. And the first thing that you see is my half-brother's birthday this Friday actually. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we have like birthday stickers, and here they are. I'm going to place the sticker on the number 6 here of the month. Let's just add a little sticker that says Memorial Day. Let's see if I can find one that says Memorial Day. Do you see it? Oh, here it is, Memorial Day sticker. There you go. So now it's time to create my content calendar for the month of May. And a content calendar is literally what that sounds like. In a content calendar, I basically just like write down or make note of all of the different types of content that I would like to post on each of my social media channels, whether that's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm actually going to be heading to my Google Calendar first and just like color coding all of the content that I want to post for the month. And what I usually do is red for YouTube, purple for an Instagram post, a light purple for Instagram Reels. Because I'm challenging myself this month, I am going to post like 3 times a day on TikTok. I'm not going to be writing it down on my Google Calendar just because it's something that I'm going to do on the daily. So if I write it on like the Google Calendar, that basically means that I'm going to have like every single day, like 3 TikToks. It's just gonna be very overwhelming when I open up the app. So I'm going to be leaving that side of like planning my content calendar for TikTok for when I use my weekly planner, which I'm going to be using in a second and showing you how I use that. But right now, let's just jump into planning my YouTube and my Instagram. So here's how it ended up looking like. Now that I have planned my content calendar on my Google Calendar, it's time to transfer all of that data into the monthly list. And instead of just like putting, like I did on my Google Calendar, like YouTube videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, I'm actually going to write out the exact YouTube videos that I'm going to be posting for the upcoming week and next week, just so I have an idea of like the videos that I need to work on this week or edit, and the videos that I should at least film for the next week. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Again, I'm jumping into using like the same color palettes that I used for my Google Calendar, like the same colors for pens more or less, so I don't get confused and I just associate colors throughout my whole like planning process, and just for it to be consistent, so that's something good. So let's go ahead and do this right now, starting with Tuesday, May 3rd. I'm gonna post an Instagram reel. It's time to plan for my week, because everything we have done up till now has been planning May in general, like the month in general, and we need to like break down those like goals or things to do in smaller bite-sized pieces. So that's when the weekly reset planner comes into life. She has arrived. Like, we need her in this moment. And this is actually gonna be my first time using it. I've actually had this since the start of the year, but I've been wanting to like be done with like other planners that I was using and that I had like a couple of pages left, just so I don't have like that much of stationaries when it comes to like planning and making like my life much simpler and just like easier and more accessible. This weekly planner actually has monthly pages, and because we already have this big guy right here, like it doesn't make sense for me to like use these pages for now, since I'm just going to be having like 3 calendars with the same stuff written all over it. So we are not going to use this section, and I just like have a little note, something that I noticed that I don't really think is useful in this planner is just like the monthly calendars are all like back to back. Like, I would prefer if we had like a monthly calendar first, then jump to the weekly pages, and then once that month is over, go back to a monthly calendar so we can start another month. So maybe they would change that in the future and make it more useful that way. But I haven't had like this type of weekly calendar before. Like, it has lots of blank spaces that you need to fill in, and it's just going to be something new for me to try. I usually just keep it simple, but I feel that I always just like go all out on like my yearly planning or my monthly planning, but when it comes to like weekly stuff, I feel like I just write like a normal to-do list on a scrap of paper and that's it. But this journal, I think this weekly planner, I believe it's gonna help me a lot, because it's gonna help me break down my weekly goals, self-care goals, most important tasks, other less important tasks. I'm gonna have like a little habit tracker, a quote, and then once the week ends, we have like a weekly reflection page where you can see and write down how did you feel this week, what you're grateful for, what am I proud of. Like, this is a more like intense like weekly planner. And I think that this is gonna be super helpful for me, because I want to just like focus on the big picture and just like focus on that and making that happen, that I forget to just like live in the moment and be appreciative of that, and just like break down my yearly goals into smaller, more digestible pieces, instead of like being stressed out of, oh, I need to like cross out this yearly goal that I have, but how can I like break that down into simpler steps? That's always like the problem, to like what steps can I take to get to that goal, instead of just like writing it down and like just do it as time goes by however I can. Like this planner will basically force me to just have an action plan per se for that goal. So that's gonna be super helpful. So now let's just jump into filling up my weekly planner. First time doing this, so I'm really excited that we're doing it together. Okay, so because it is going to be taking a long time for me to like explain to you like every single thing that I need to do for like this week, I think that I'm going to reduce it into just writing down my Monday, which is today, and tomorrow, Tuesday's like little spaces that we have here. So we're just going to be filling out these two little sections because everything else is just like the same, and this habit tracker is just like personal, my weekly goals, self-care, like yeah, I can tell you guys that. So I'm going to be looking at my calendar, and today I don't have anything written down actually, because my most important tasks for today is film this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and fill out that today my most important tasks are film the plan with me video. So film plan with me video. There's that. That's my most important task for today, which I'm actually going to be crossing off once we finish. Another of my most important tasks for today is actually edit my honeymoon vlog. That's it. And then one of my other most important tasks was to post a TikTok, and I'm going to write it down here since it's not like my most important task. So let's just write down post one TikTok. So I think that that's everything that it's on my top of my bucket list today. And then tomorrow, so if we look at my monthly planning calendar, which is right here, I actually have just post an Instagram reel. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this little pencil, this pen. Most important task, just upload an Instagram reel. I do have to like reach out to brands and stuff, so I'm gonna have to write that down, but like for you to have like an idea, this is how I'm gonna be using like my weekly calendar. And yeah. I don't know why I kept just like pushing back to like film this video like more and more and more. Like I don't know why I didn't film this video sooner. I just thought that this video was going to be like all over the place and it was going to be like super stressful for me, like film me planning when I'm like in my thought process and I need like, you know, like chill time to just like do brain dumps and just like plan my whole thing. So I'm just like really happy that I just did this and that it was so fun to film, and I really hope that you got some new ideas on how to plan your own month, your own weeks, your own life. So make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my Instagram and TikTok and follow me there. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!